Hello and welcome to our walkthrough for Texas Housers Texas Legislative Housing Profiles. This tool provides information on housing cost burden, household income, household race and ethnicity, and the availability of federally subsidized units at the state house or state senate district level. We want this tool to be usable by just about anybody, so we're providing just a little bit of a walkthrough to help folks get started. So when you open this tool, if you open it in either Excel or Google Sheets, that's fine. It should work either way. You'll start on our Start Here tab with some basic information about the tool itself and just some really basic information about districts, legislative process, if you need some help getting you started in selecting a district. So once you have worked that out, the instructions will be right up here. And it's as simple as just choosing your district. So depending on which district you choose, it'll update everything in the district profiles tab. So I'll just start with the statewide report to show you what that looks like so you can see kind of what those changes are like. So your first page is just going to have some really basic, again, high-level information, description of what this is, some important terms that are used throughout the report. So it's good to familiarize yourself with those so that you can understand them while you're going through. And then we have our cost burden households by income and tenure. So this is just count of cost burden households. The lighter color is just cost burden. The darker color is severe cost burden. It's broken down by these income bands, which are related to area median income, which is used by HUD to determine eligibility for housing programs. So we just want to try to use that income definition that will be helpful across kind of programs and understanding the scope of affordable housing. So we have key takeaways, we have some really basic stats, some explanations down here. And basically what this tab, this page is going to show you of this profile is that cost burden is overwhelmingly concentrated in lower income renter households. So that's pretty much the case across all of these districts, but just to show you kind of what you're looking at here. Then we have the number of households by income and tenure, so just really basic. How many renters, how many homeowners, and then how much income do they make? Generally, renters tend to have, there are more lower income renters and there are more higher income owners, and that is the case statewide. Then we have race ethnicity of household by income. So this breaks down all of these bars would add up to, so for example, all of these black bars would add up to 100% of Black, not Hispanic households. So you can see this is the highest of the blue bars across all here. So that tells you that in the state of Texas, Black households are the plurality of Black households. So the largest group of Black households is in that lowest income category. And then we also have, just for context, because this top chart is showing you the share of households, we want to give you context for total numbers. So this bottom chart just gives you an idea of total numbers of households with broken down by race and ethnicity. So you can see kind of what the dominant group is there. And then our final page here is we have federally subsidized rental housing and housing needs. And this will give you a breakdown of key federal, so the biggest federal programs, affordable housing programs at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, and the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, which administers tax credit programs. So this will give you a breakdown. We've accounted for layering of units. So, if a property receives both public housing and housing tax credit, and we've divided those out. And then we give a count as well of your housing choice vouchers, which because housing choice voucher households frequently live in units that are already subsidized, we want to distinctly kind of separate those out from the number of total federally subsidized units and note that this is kind of a maximum potential and that it's likely that fewer households are actually being served through all of those combined funding sources. And just as a note, this does not include, locally subsidized housing or, for example, housing that's been subsidized through public facility corporations or other property tax exemptions. This is just those biggest federal programs. And then finally, we do have a methodology tab so that you can familiarize yourself a little bit with how we got all these numbers together. This is a report that we plan on doing regularly from here on out, so we will update with newer information as it becomes available. And if there are any questions or any issues, anything you see in there, please feel free to reach out to the contact information on the bottom of the Start Here tab. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like when you switch up the district, we were just looking at Texas, and I'll just switch to a random House District 63. So you can see that you get some basic information about the district at the top, including links to helpful information that the legislature publishes itself. So a map of what the district looked like, and then a breakdown of some basic demographic information that is not available in this report. So that could be very helpful to look at as well. Name of the representative or the senator for that district, their contact information, just basic stuff. And then things will update. So like text updates, numbers update, the graphs all update automatically. You'll get more text. So, here, this is how does the district rank against other districts and kind of key characteristics that won't be there for the state. It will be there for districts. Yeah. So we hope that this tool is very helpful to just about anybody. And if you have any questions, concerns, you see any errors, anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out to Sidney Beaty. Contact information is at the bottom of the Start Here tab. Thank you so much.